TD Ameritrade's Investor Movement Index reaches a new level, a record-breaking level. JJ, I find this interesting because we pay attention to the monthly index since it's not anticipatory. Most of the data we look at is a guesstimate. This actually shows what TD clients have traded in their accounts. So how does it break a new level as the market has been pretty volatile to kick off the year?
Well, I think one of the things, Jill, I would compare it to last Friday's employment number. You look at the headline and you're like, oh my God, this is a disaster. You look underneath the numbers and you realize, actually, this isn't something to be afraid of at all. In fact, what we saw is people being a little bit smarter about the timing of some of their investments when they bought things after earnings movements, et cetera. So it makes a lot of sense when you start to look at it that way.
In 2013 with the IMX, we saw a lot of clients in momentum names like Tesla, Facebook, LinkedIn. For 2014, it's only 1 month in, but there's been a significant turnaround. Everyone's back in the dividend names.
Yeah, and you know, when you talk about the market going down in January, what makes sense about going to the dividend names, if you think about it, it's a safer play in the fact that you're still going to get some yield. The 10-year is down below 3% still, so they were buying names like GE and GM where they get a good dividend, and who knows, maybe it's just a parking spot until there's a little bit more of a sense of what's going on in the market. You talked about Facebook. What was interesting about Facebook is as Facebook hit new highs, we saw sellers. Why I'm excited about that, all the education we've done for all the years have told people, think like the professionals do. When things are going down is when they tend to be buyers. As they go up, they hit new highs, that's when they'll turn around and lighten up some of their positions. We see retail clients doing this.
Well, for 2013, it was kind of tough because that upward momentum trend was really hard to fight. Yeah. So let's talk some strategy here. Is it really bad what's going on right now, even though the market's been more volatile? We saw the VIX take a trip up to 21. It's back to lower levels now. The media portrays that as the fear index, but I don't necessarily think it's that bad what we're seeing right now.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly, Jill. And also, you and I both know after being around for a while, we never go straight up, and if we do, we usually end really, really poorly. So seeing a little bit of volatility in the meantime and setting new levels, it's a good thing, and it's usually healthy for the market. What we've seen from the retail investor from 2008 until now is they've taken more control. They're smarter about their timing. It's not all in, I'm just going to buy my mutual fund and forget it. They're doing things like as Apple after earnings. That was a time we saw people come in and start buying it. So it wasn't I have to be all in an Apple. I'm going to be smart, a little bit more precision about when I'm going to buy some of these stocks.
And I think it's the tools that you see on platforms like TD Ameritrade, because even 10, 15 years ago, us as professionals never had the exposure or access like clients have now. And I think it's amazing that 40% of the clients are active derivative traders. It's amazing.
Absolutely it is. And again, it shows how smart people have become with the platforms, as you said, like ours, where they get this information right there. Now the next step, I think that we've done a good job, and so have some others, with education in terms of showing them how to maybe think a little bit differently. So life's a little bit more of a partial. You get partially in, you get partially out. Lighten up maybe right before earnings, the rest of it after earnings, just in case. And people are smarter about being cautionary in what they do. It's not a gambling den, and people are smart about looking at it that way.
All right, excellent, JJ. Always great to catch up with you. For TheStreet in New York, I'm Jill Malandrino.